Hello and welcome to another episode of Father and Sundays, the unexplainable guide to absolutely nothing. Today we are actually going to be talking about films, movies, moving pictures, other things.
Yeah, do you think that's clear enough?
Yeah, I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Anyway, stick around if you want to hear more.
Yeah.
Alright, well, just before we get started, I know there was a couple of things that we did want to talk about just before the podcast started. So, just first of all, have you noticed anything different today, Dad, about us recording?
I'm in the same room as you,
Yeah,
if that's
we're
what
in the same room. It's crazy, and there's no delaying with a speaker or anything like that. We've got a new setup with mics and the such.
Well, the big difference for me is like previous weeks I've been sitting on the floor near my door of my bedroom recording this, and now I'm sitting by your bedroom door, but inside. So
And on a chair.
And on a chair. I've got a chair, yeah, and cushions. Really going up in the world.
Yeah, that was provided by Becky. Shout out to Becky. There was also another thing that I wanted to discuss briefly, Dad. There's a bit of news with the podcast.
What?
Do you want to know?
Go on.
Well, last time I checked, do you know how many listens we reached?
You told me it was around the 90s.
Yeah, so as of last time I checked, I'm actually logging in right now just to double check. But last time I checked, it was at 95.
Ooh.
So we are that close to 100.
We're going to have a celebration on 100?
I think so, but if I'm perfectly honest, I'm kind of hoping that by the time this would have gone out, we would have reached 100.
Yeah, but I've got to be honest, last week's, which was magic, it was such... I'd like to apologise at how lacklustre we sounded during that particular one. I don't know what was going on. I don't know where the energy had gone, but we got to go up about 200% a day. I say that now. By the time we get to the end of this, we'll probably be moaning about it as well. But if there's anybody left after last week's, then let's try and get it to 200.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do apologise as well for the for some of the audio issues. We've actually only got one phone part for a mic, so Dad's using that, and you might hear me make a little couple of P's and B's and whatever.
P's and B's. I thought we were cutting all that out.
Yeah, I'm really trying not to breathe into the microphone as well, and I'm actually kind of running out of breath. But anyway, I think that's about it then, Dad. Do you want to get us started then?
Can do, yeah, if you want to. So this week we're talking about films. I mean, that's a really broad subject anyway. So rather than just saying, "Oh, films, yeah, they're good, aren't they? Let's go and see films," which we can't do at the moment. I thought what we'd do is talk about our favourite films and our least favourite films. So I think let's see it like this then. It's a big storm going on, right? Big storm going on, right? We're on the sea.
Oh, I think I can hear that storm.
Can you hear it?
Can you hear it? Yeah.
Right, big storm. We're on the sea. We're being thrown all over the place, right? It's
Whoa!
It's a container ship, right?
Why am I on a container ship?
Well, you just are on a container ship.
Is it like Madagascar?
Yeah, like Madagascar. Yeah, but less penguins.
There you go, films.
And it's a container ship for Argos, right? So they've got various hi-fi stuff. What?
They don't fly things in though.
Well, look. For the sake of this, right? You're making this harder than this. Right?
Is this a spaceship or a boat?
Oh, it's so rough, this sea. It's so rough. I'm feeling queasy just talking about it.
Oh, I can hear those waves as well.
Yeah, it's really shocking. Oh, and I think you're probably going to find that the boat runs aground onto a desert island.
I don't know if I've got sound effects for that, but I'll just make it myself.
Was that the best you can do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I can see where this is going already.
I've been doing Foley a lot recently.
You're on the desert island. The only things you've managed to salvage from the ship are 2 DVDs, right? Out of all of them, you could only grab 2 DVDs, right? Or, no, sorry, 4 DVDs.
4 DVDs.
4 DVDs, right?
Yeah.
But you've managed to grab 2 DVDs. I've made this far...
Yes, it's really...
It's too complicated. Right, anyway, you managed to grab 4 DVDs. 2 of them are your 2 favourites, 2 of them are your least favourites, right? So we're going to talk about that. You've also managed to salvage a massive LED television and a DVD player and some sort of power source. So let's not get too technical about it, but you're on that island, right?
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing a petrol generator and some petrol on that boat.
Absolutely right. So you're on this deserted island. You've got to make do with these things. So
DVD player, did you say?
DVD player, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Blu-ray, whatever. It is whatever it is. The most important thing is
LCD TV.
Yeah. But you can't get any Netflix or anything like that.
No, right.
You're just purely down to it's not. No, yeah. There's no signal.
No Wi-Fi.
Right. So films.
Put that hotspot on.
Films.
Yep.
So what are the 2 films that you're going to take in there that are your favourite films and why?
Now you've really thrown this at me really early. I was thinking maybe you could answer first, as I can think about it. I'm going to go for one, and then can you answer one? Just give me.
Oh yeah. I've done the same.
Okay, so I'm going to answer one straight away. Then you can go on to yours, and then I'll do another.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's good.
So one of my most favourite films from recent history is Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse.
Oh right, yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah, animation kind of thing. Yeah.
It's a cartoon. Yeah.
Well, it's computer generated. Cartoon is more drawn.
Same thing, isn't it?
It's not really, though, is it?
Oh, right, okay. Well, that's our first hurdle.
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyway, yeah. So just because I love Spider-Man. We discussed that in the last podcast. Or was it the podcast before? No, it was podcast before that, yeah. I didn't speak about it magic at all. It's a disappointment.
Yeah, we should have, really. That would have been better, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so 1, I just love Spider-Man. 2, I lost my train of thought. No, seriously, 2, the storyline is really good. Like, it was Miles Morales, and I'll be perfectly honest, I hadn't heard much about Miles Morales. I'd learned quite a bit about Miles Morales, but I'd never really read anything about
just lies with you.
Or, and he had never had a film or anything out. So for him to have this kind of film where he is the key kind of Spider-Man, I know obviously you've got Peter Parker in it and stuff like that, and you've got other different Spider-Men as well.
Oh yeah, because it's various different Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you've got all them in it, but it's primarily about him and how he finds his powers and stuff like that. Not only that, it's a story good, and I really like the fact he was used as a character, but the actual art style of it is incredible. I love that art style. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's like watching a comic book come to life.
So I have seen this, and I was a little bit apprehensive about watching it because of it being a cartoon. But if I remember, there are different types of animation. Is it different? Sorry,
it's not a cartoon.
Okay, right. Yeah, but are there different styles? Because there's quite a few different Spider-Men in it, and that's the whole point. It's a multiverse.
Yes, it's Spider-Verse. That's
So is it? I can't remember. Is it all one sort of style?
Art style wise, most of it is just kind of that classic comic book kind of character one. You've got the very whimsical kind of art style of Peter Porker, which is the pig.
Yeah.
And you've also got the kind of anime style of the Japanese one, which I can't actually remember the name of right now. Anyway, you've got those kind of art styles. However, the actual art style of the entire film, like the fact of the transitions and the way like the way things are positioned on the screen and just how things appear to move, it's almost plasticine like yet drawn cartoon, and it's just incredible, that film.
I think
and
what's
the colour
incredible
palette,
is you've
colour palette is so good.
You've managed to use the word whimsical in your appraisal of it, and that's a word I haven't heard for many years, like 1930s, something like that. Not that I was around in the 1930s. I know it looks like no, I wasn't.
No.
Yeah. So no, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you think about the word whimsical made me think about the thing we spoke about the other day that I hadn't thought about in such a long time, and now I can't even remember it because I hadn't thought about it in such a long time. Do you remember it?
Oh my God, how random is that?
Yeah.
And you can't even remember it, so what's the point of this conversation?
What's the point of bringing it up?
And you're talking to me, and I've got like a memory of a goldfish anyway.
I'm sure Sue will be able to remind us.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So in a couple of weeks, Sue, when you listen to this, because this is recorded a week in advance, can you let us know? Thanks.
Are we going to give Sue a shout out every single week?
Susan?
Yeah. Okay.
So shout out last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So that is that it? Is that?
Yes.
I'd agree. I mean, it's not one of my favourite films, but I'd agree it was a lot better than I thought, and it had a lot more than I expected when I sat down and watched it with you. So no, that's good. So you want me to go next, yeah?
Yes, please.
Right. Well, my first one, which is like favourite one, it's really difficult because I've got tons of films that I love and I'll watch films over and over again. But I guess for one that has had the most impact on me, it was Highlander, right? Now, for many reasons.
I've never seen this film, but I know
but this is weird. This is what's weird about it. So if I tell you the sort of idea of what Highlander is, right? Because the plot and everything else about it, the casting seems mad, right? Absolutely mad. So Highlander is about a number of people from around the world, and the idea is through the ages they're immortal. The only way they can kill these individuals is by decapitation. So if they cut their heads off, that's it, right?
Does the head not live on?
No.
Oh.
No, that's it, right? So
not like Futurama style, head in the jar.
No. So they are from all over the world, and they basically come together, they fight, and then they're getting less and less of them, right? So the main character, his name's Connor.
Woohoo.
Right, which is where you get your name from.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah, when I saw the film and I liked the name, and then when I spoke to Mum about it, and then that's why you're called Connor.
He had one end as well, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah. So
otherwise, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Connor McLeod, as the name would sound, is Scottish.
Scottish?
Yeah. Did you just say Irish?
Well, yeah, because Connor is an Irish name. So
the character is Scottish. So who did they get to play a Scotsman, a mortal Scotsman? They got
an Australian.
No, they got a Frenchman. So Christophe Lambert, but Christopher Lambert played that. So you think, oh right, okay, well that's all right. I mean, his voice is a bit strange in it, but because he's been, he's been all over the world and he's come through all the ages and that, all up to present day, or what was present day then. He's going to have a weird sort of voice, so that works. That's not too bad. So some of the people that are fighting become friends, and some of them, there's one particular person all the way through who's the evil one in it. So one of the people he makes friends with is a Spaniard, Ramirez, right? So who do they get to play Ramirez? A Spanish character, blah, blah, blah.
Did they get a Scottish guy?
They got a Scottish guy. They got Sean Connery to play it. So, and he doesn't even try and do a Spanish accent. so he's a Scotsman. They don't like that. Scotsman playing a Spanish bloke. You've got a French bloke playing a Scotsman. And I mean, it's mad, right? But there's just something about it, and it builds and builds and builds. It helps that the soundtrack is Queen, and there's some absolutely banging songs all the way through it. But I love it. There's something about the film. There's something about the whole thing. They did make a sequel, and they actually there was a TV series as well. I think they made a third one and a TV series out of it. The second one had Sean Connery in it again, where I believe he died in the first one, and it was tracking them back, and then they were from another planet at that point, so they messed about with a lot. It was all right, but the first one, Highlander, thoroughly recommend it. It's not got all your effects like you would have these days, but it's just the business. So that would go in as one of my DVDs. Right, so your first one, Into the Spider-Verse. What's your second one?
See, this is the thing. I find it really quite difficult because there's a lot of films I really love. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, if I could take all of the Star Wars films in, then I would. If I'm taking one Star Wars film in, then I find that a bit difficult. I mean, I know people say about Empire Strikes Back, and Empire Strikes Back is an incredible film.
Best one.
But I still love all of the others. And against a lot of people's... most people don't like the prequels. I think due to my age and due to how I grew up, I love the prequels.
Yeah, fair enough. I haven't got a real strong opinion about them. There's some problems with dialogue in them, but other than that, they visually look incredible.
Yeah, the third one really key for dialogue. But so going off of that then, so not really going down that route. They're films I would consider taking, but I'm not going to take. I'm actually going to take...
Don't waste my time and tell me the ones you're not going to take.
All right, sorry. I'm going to take one that I think will bring a lot of joy, and we could...
Not them sort of DVDs we're not bringing on.
No, not those kind of DVDs. I'm gonna take Anchorman: The Legend of Romberg.
Ah, right. Okay. I'm completely with you on that. That and the sequel as well, if I could take two.
If I could take two, maybe I'd take out Spider-Verse and take those two.
It has the ability to make me cry laughing every time.
It's just... It's one of those films that classically wouldn't be... You go, wow, this is great cinema, but it's great entertainment.
Yeah, yeah.
It's almost like one long sketch, and that's just... Like... It did the comedy side of things, and I just love it so much. It's entertaining. The story is okay, it's interesting, but the story's okay. If it was in a serious kind of matter, that story would be rubbish, but
I think
it just works so well, and with all of the actors they've got in it and all the different people.
But that's the thing. I mean, it's a bit of a Saturday Night Live loving, isn't it? I mean, it's all the guys that they've known through there and actors and such, but it's the same with anything. Things on TV and films. If you can see, or it appears that the people in it are having an absolute ball doing it, and they're really enjoying every second of it, and they're cracking each other up, and you only have to look at... I know there's outtakes of lots of things, and it's kind of a bit sort of... You think it's almost organised to be like that, but when you look at they absolutely love working with each other, and they don't know what each other are going to do from 1 minute to the next. So a lot of it's ad-libbed.
Yeah,
I think it makes it perfect. No, I'm with you on that. That is very much up there as one of the ones. My go-to films, if I've got the ump, because they'll just turn it around instantly.
Yeah. All right then. So that's my second one I'd take.
Mm-hmm.
Good film. What's your...
Right. Well, my second one is, again, it's one of these ones where you think, there's all these classic films out there. People say, best films ever. If you ever look at the lists of all the films that have been made and they say the top 100 films, this ain't going to be in there. But a bit like Anchorman, it's Uncle Buck, right?
Right,
so,
okay.
Uncle Buck, which you've seen because I made
I saw
you
as a
watch it.
child.
I think, I saw it as a child, which so most of it is reasonable. I don't think there's much in it, but now that it just cracks me up. Anything, I mean, all around that sort of time, that the films out there, it's a lot of them are sort of it's a John Hughes film, so you're talking Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The National Lampoon's ones, Pretty in Pink, Weird Science. That's a Bastille connection there. I know Bastille's one of your favourite bands, and they do the sort of I don't even know what I'm talking about now.
No, you mean they take out a segment of it? I can't actually remember what it's called.
Yeah, Sample it. That's the what.
Which one is it then?
What a good. What's the latest album or the fairly recent one?
Yeah,
it's from Weird Science when she says you got to party like an animal, and if you want to live in the jungle, this is terrible.
I don't think it's a selfish one. I really don't. If you want to,
that's the one. Yeah, so that's probably not really for this, but there you go. Anyway, plane, trains, and automobiles. So the reason as well is John Candy. Now John Candy had the ability, he could be in a film for 5 minutes. I think, in Home Alone, I think he's in Home Alone. But anything he does, he just cracks me up. There's something about the guy. Unfortunately, wasn't with us for as long. I mean, I don't know what sort of impact. He did some serious roles as well, but Uncle Buck is just brilliant. Everything about it's cheesy, but it's 80s, and that's what came with the 80s as well. So,
right, really briefly, just before we move on, I'd just like to quickly apologise, mainly to you, Dad, because I just really all of a sudden had to cut Dad off there because I needed a wee,
Yep.
And he was talking about Uncle Buck, one of his favourite films, and I just really badly needed a wee. So we're having to cut back in here. Is there anything else you want to say about Uncle Buck before we move on?
Well, you disturbed me, and because you had a wee, I had to have a wee as well. It was a bit like some sort of Mexican wee.
Yeah.
We had to have there. Uncle Buck. Well, what did I say? Right, John Hughes. He either directed, wrote the screenplays for all these things. Uncle Buck's brilliant. It's got a young Macaulay Culkin, like before Home Alone.
Yeah.
So, and there's even a bit where
I
he
was going to
asks
say
him,
though, not much different in age though.
no, but there's a bit in it where he asks questions through the letterbox and asks the CID and all this, and it's very much they used that in Home Alone as well. So, but there's something about John Candy's a lovable character. What was that then?
Sorry, I coughed off the mic.
You seem to move away and it still picked it up anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it.
I moved off the mic. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, go and have one back.
See, that definitely picked that one up.
Okay, so for me, growing up as well, it was in the 80s. There was a certain type of film at that point. You know, all these ones came through. Planes, Trains and Automobiles, again with John Candy and Steve Martin. Unbelievably funny. Quite sad and touching at times in these things. They had everything to them, but brilliant moments in it. So it's not a classic. It's not going to be one that's up in the top 100 films for people to watch. But for me personally, it again has me laughing every single. It's a bit like National Lampoon's films. For some reason, they crack me up.
Yeah.
So that would be my second film to watch. So it's just on repeat. Highlander, Uncle Buck. Highlander, Uncle Buck.
Oh no, but didn't you say there's 4 DVDs?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the idea was what you wouldn't want to have with you, what you might use for something else on the island, like
start a fire,
build a rudimentary latrine, something like that.
Something to spin in your finger when you're bored.
Yeah, fashion some Chinese throwing stars, that sort of thing. Yeah. So, have you got two films of that sort of ilk?
At this very moment in time, I've got one.
Oh, we're doing this sort of as we go, are we? Flying on the seat of our pants.
I think that's how most of these podcasts have gone for me personally.
Yeah, I think a lot. Okay, go for it. What's your first one?
This one's going to come as a big surprise to you. Can you guess what it is? No, it's not Uncle Buck.
Is it Thumbelina? Because I hate that film. Anyway,
Thumbelina?
Yeah.
What was that?
It's just a film
Don't want to talk about it now.
I think Annie used to watch on repeat. Anyway, go on. We digress.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh.
It's just so boring.
Oh dear.
It's not terrible. So the thing is, I've spoken about this before, and there's not many things I really detest, really hate. Like theme parks, there's no rides I really hate. Films, I can't say there's any film that I hate. Like just can't stand to watch. However, there are films that I don't really want to watch again because they're a bit boring. And I think that is one of them for me. It's just I think the thing is with me, it comes down to I'm not a massive fan of Superman as a character. I find him a bit too overpowered.
Yeah.
The fact that there's only one thing that really can cause him any harm is just a bit... I know, and all of a sudden it always seems to come about. Having that one thing, imagine if I said the only thing that could kill you was, I don't know, a piece of gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not the best one because there's quite a lot of gold in the world.
Well, no, it doesn't. But to be honest, fair, it's funny you should pick that because it doesn't kill me, but it really irritates my skin.
It does irritate your skin, doesn't it?
So I wear silver.
Maybe I'd choose something different. Maybe like...
All my piercings are silver.
Yeah. Okay. So, for example, maybe like a pearl. How often do you see pearls? Really? Not that often.
What, pearls as in...
And they come from this planet.
Yeah.
So if a pearl was the one thing to kill you, then I just don't understand because kryptonite doesn't come from this. It's just I find him a really irritating character. And
I can tell, yeah.
And in that film as well, there's a little fun fact here. He says less in that film than Spider-Man does in the entirety of Civil War. And Spider-Man's only in Civil War for like 1-2 scenes.
Yeah.
Captain
No,
America Civil War,
I get. I mean, it was on the other night. This film,
and I don't know if I said that in the superheroes podcast, but
yeah, probably. But this was on the other night. Is it Batman versus Superman? It is, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, Batman versus Superman. And I was, because I haven't got as much of a problem with it as you, but I'm not. It certainly isn't anywhere near one of the better films. But there's bits of it that are really good. There's certain elements of it. The introduction of Wonder Woman. The sort of, again, it was a bit like we talked about the Avengers. It was looking at the Justice League and the bringing together of those characters. So I started to quite like that, and the idea that he hates him because of what he calls, who he killed, all the rest of it. So there's elements of it like that. It certainly wouldn't be down as one of the worst things. And in fact, before you use that as some sort of digging tool or whatever you're going to use for it, I'll probably nab it off you. And keep that for myself, just because I like to keep things for ages that I don't watch, read or listen to, which infuriates my wife, your mother.
all right.
Yeah.
So what would be your DVD?
The worst film ever made? I mean, this is subjective because obviously there's plenty of films I've never watched because they look so bad I wouldn't watch them. But there's certain things you look for in a film. I'm quite a big fan of sci-fi, right? A bit the nerd in me. I love Spielberg's films. When you see that Spielberg had something to do with it, it's usually a bit of a stamp on that film or whatever the project is to say it's going to be of a certain quality. You look at the people in it and you think, oh yeah, no, there's some decent people in it. I went to the pictures, as we call it, to watch AI. Everything about it is about a couple that couldn't have a family, couldn't have a child. It was obviously in the future, and there was the ability to have a child with artificial intelligence. And then they did have a child. They managed to have a child afterwards, I believe. I mean, if I can remember rightly. It went on and on and on. The effects in it were great. There was loads. People like Jude Law was in it. But it seemed to be such a mixture of so many things, and it was driving me insane. We were watching it. I have never ever walked out of a cinema. Never walked out of it, and I've seen some shocking films. And we sat, and the cinema was full, and we sat. And we watched it. It's a bit like a Pinocchio. The boy in it, I can't think what the guy's name is. He's been in lots of other things since. He was in the Bruce Willis Sixth Sense. That's it. He was in that. So, he's a good actor. The idea, it's a bit of a Pinocchio story. He wants to become a real boy. He wants to be that person. He looks at all the photos. He wants to be in that family and all the rest of it. But it just was depressing. And just when you thought the sweet release of the credits would go up, it suddenly turned into a thing with aliens. There was some sort of alien side to it as well. And it went on for another 20 minutes. And I remember distinctly sitting there thinking, no. And I heard a number of other people go, oh no, for God's sake. And that was and now we're talking about a Spielberg film. Now, other people might love that film, right? I can't even go back and watch it. I can't even go back and do that. I was watching Mark Kermode, Secrets of Cinema, and it was about sci-fi, and that came on, and it even made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end, not for a good reason either. Again, just a slight little bit of it I saw. It's appalling.
Yeah.
It's making me angry even thinking about it. Right, have you got a second one that you can't stand?
No, I think Batman vs Superman does it for me. I mean, there might be other films that I kind of dislike, but nothing really quite does it like that one. How about you though? Have you got another one?
Yep, I've got another one. I could go on forever with this, but the one, and this again will be controversial, Nightmare Before Christmas. Right.
I've never actually seen it. I kind of want to see
films. I tell you what, right? I went to the cinema to see this as well, and I can watch musicals. I don't have any problem with that. I'm in, the whole look of it. Tim Burton. I was a goth, believe it or not. So I'm into all that sort of gothic look of everything. Everything about it looked all right. Oh my God! If they just kept banging on with the songs, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? It was doing me head in. And like in the end, again, it was another one where people were just looking at each other and saying, "Really?" Now I realise that was a long while ago, and maybe I was at the wrong time for me to watch something like that. So I actually started watching that last night because I thought I might be doing it an injustice. I didn't get past 10 minutes. I started watching it last night. I didn't get past 10 minutes, and I had to turn it off.
I was going to watch it. I was going to watch it at Halloween last year and then Christmas.
You might love it. I mean, lots
of
people do.
I know a lot of people that do, yeah.
And Tim Burton, everything about it, great. But there's something that I can't get my head around with it. Even the songs, you listen to them individually. There's some funny little bits in them. But I started watching it, and I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. So I'm sorry, Charlie. I believe that's one of your favourite films, but I can't be doing with that. So that's my second one. Done.
Wow, that was a bit of a quick fire one, wasn't it?
Well, it had to be, didn't it? Really?
It did have to be because we ran out of time.
Yeah, because of your toilet break.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. So
there we go. So we're happy. We're sitting on our desert island.
Happy.
Well, hopefully people from... Did I say the ship was Argos?
Yeah.
So hopefully people from Argos will find us soon, and we won't have to keep watching these films over and over again.
And I've just thought we can use Batman vs Superman as like a light signal bouncing off the sun towards all the boats.
Paddles if we lasso a couple of dolphins and... Yeah.
Or bras.
Yeah.
With holes in the middle.
The coconuts. Surely coconuts for that on a desert island.
Coconuts might work with that.
I've already got mine. I'm wearing it at the moment.
I did think you were a bit dressed up for this.
Yeah, I know. What's this? What's this? Another dodgy sponsor.
Coming to a podcast near you.
Tight. Oh yeah. Tight. Master Plater. Master Plater. Big plates, porcelain royalty. Size doesn't matter us because we're the master plater. In case it wasn't clear, we sell plates.
Game time.
Woohoo! Right, now, time for a game. You had a good idea for this one this week, didn't you? Whole reason we're doing the podcast.
I had many good ideas, but I did have an idea. I thought what would be fun is if we tested each other on our knowledge of significant... Oh, thank you.
Doing that weird cough again.
Of significant parts to films, particular speeches or interactions within a film. So one of us would do that particular part. The other one would have to guess what film that's from. Now, there might be an occasion where you might have someone's name in it. So I'm just going to change the name to something else.
We've agreed we'll change it to something
weird, but I'm going to change it to something else. Also, I'd like to say up front, any of the accents I attempt, I'd really like to apologise for, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell anyway what they're supposed to be, but I know it's a very sensitive area, so apologies for up front for all of this.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I've prepared a few. I've actually got some that I've had to roughly translate into another language for me to say. What I can do is afterwards, if you want me to, I can read them in English. But I've had to translate some of them to another language.
Right.
And they wouldn't translate directly, so I've had to maybe cut out some words to make it work.
My God, this has got all the makings of another disaster then.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've prepared more than me, but who wants to go first then?
I don't know. I'm a bit nervous about this now. I could go in straight away with an easy one for you.
Yeah, go in for an easy one.
Okay, here we go. Now, just getting ready for this.
Oh, shrugging your shoulders.
All major theme parks have delays. Sorry, I'm going to start that again. I don't know what's going to happen with my voice. Right, All major theme parks have delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked. Yeah, but Derek, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
I know that one.
Go on then.
It's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening with my John Hammond accent.
No.
They're all going to sound like that. So I'm very sorry.
I would have just gone full on David Attenborough with it.
Or what? Richard Attenborough, you mean?
Well, no, he is Richard Attenborough, but I would have gone David Attenborough with it.
Yeah, okay. Well, lucky you didn't do it then, isn't it? Right, okay. Well done.
Thanks.
Got one for me?
Yeah, would you like to go easy or hard?
Oh, well, I'll go hard.
Oh, you want to go the hardest one first?
Hard and fast, me.
The hardest one first, okay. This one's got 2 characters.
Yep.
Don't do it. Stay back. Don't come any closer. Take my hand. I'll pull you back in. No, stay where you are. I mean it. I'll let go. No, you won't. What do you mean I won't? Don't presume to tell me what I will and will not do. You don't know me. You would have done it already. No, come on. Take my hand. You're distracting me. Go away. I can't. I'm involved now. If you let go, I have to jump in after you. Don't be absurd. You'll be killed. I forgot to take out a bit that says he takes off his jacket. I'm a good swimmer. The fall alone would kill you. It won't hurt. I'm not saying it wouldn't. It would hurt. I'm not saying it wouldn't, to be honest. I'm a lot more concerned about the water being cold. What film is that?
What? I started off thinking it's going to be a superhero one because, like, there's a theme with what you like and all the rest of it. The water. Oh, is it a Disney one, actually?
No.
Is it a superhero film?
No.
Is it... I don't
Think
know.
more classic film. Think of a well-renowned kind of, everyone goes, what, like, there's a list of films that people go,
not Titanic.
It is Titanic.
Oh, there we go.
That's
Titanic.
why it's hard.
Oh, well, okay.
Now
right,
your turn.
okay. My turn. Okay. Here we go then. This is your last chance. After this, there's no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Never seen this film, but it's The Matrix.
It is The Matrix. I've noticed my voice starting to go back to that sort of John Hammond's wobble.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is obviously my one's far too easy for you. Go, Connor. Next
Sorry,
one.
I've just seen that you posted some pictures of me and you.
Only on your WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know. Just going off topic there.
Yeah.
Because we look great with these microphones.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'm going to go easier this time.
Okay. I
Didn't
did get
work
that
off
in the
again.
end anyway, but you give me a few clues. That was the thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide which one would be best. All right, this one. Let's go for this one.
Join me, and together we'll build the new Lego Death Star.
What?
So lame.
No way, that's awesome. How many pieces? 3,803? That's insane. I know. You want to build it tonight? No, I can't. I've got the blobby.
You got the blobby? I know what this is going to be anyway.
Blobby internship.
Blobby internship. What, you mean the stock internship?
I don't know. I haven't finished what I'm saying
All
yet.
right, go on, carry on.
Yeah, exactly. You've always got that internship. Yeah, well, hopefully soon it'll lead to a real job with them. That would be sweet, right? He'll be all, good job on those spreadsheets, Peter. Oh, damn it.
Oh, no, Blobby.
Bobby. Here's a gold coin. I don't really know how jobs work. That's exactly how they work. Oh, I'll knock out the basic bones of the Death Star at my place, and then I'll come afterwards, and because you've
Blimey,
got
is
it
this
already.
the old
Yeah.
film?
Yeah, it's the old film.
Yeah,
Who's-
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, that's correct. Well done. You get a gold coin.
All kind. Okay, here we go again then.
I messed up with
Right,
the name.
this
thing.
could go
It's the
very
one
wrong.
time I had to worry about. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Run and you'll live. At least a while. See, this is nothing like it. What is the matter with me? Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now. What will you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that one for one chance? Just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
I've never seen this film as well, but isn't that is it Braveheart?
Yes.
I just
That
know
was
that
supposed to
last
be a
line at the
Scottish
end.
accent. And
Was that Scottish?
Well, I'm frightened of going
Interesting.
full on, because if I go, it's just going to get really, really bad.
Fair enough. I'm going to go for the one that I have to do in another accent next.
Okay.
Teoksa Getwong.
Look, I know you probably don't understand this, but thank you, I owe you.
Teksa Tiere Tulgik Yektan.
I wouldn't have been screwed if you had... Sorry.
That's Alexa
In
asking
case
you
got
what
it,
on earth they're saying.
yeah, she started speaking to me. I'm acting. I wouldn't have been screwed if it hadn't come. If you had, I would have been. You throw me off now. I would have been screwed if you hadn't come along. Hey, wait! Where are you going? Slow down a second, will you? I just want to thank you for killing those.
Don't thank me. You don't thank for this. This is sad. Very sad. Only.
Okay, I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
All this is your fault. They did not
Again.
need to die.
This is the whole
They attacked
film.
me. How am I the bad guy here?
Your fault? You are like baby, making noise. Don't know what to do. You should not come here. All of you.
Where's
You
she
only
from?
come and make
He said
problems.
Europe.
Only.
That's unseen.
Avatar.
Yeah, it was. You did well there.
Oh no.
It was "Forgive me, my brother" the first bit in the different language, and "Forgive me, may your spirit run with the Great Mother." Just to translate for anyone who knows, that's from Navi.
Okay.
We're doing well.
Right. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have the money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that will be the end of it. I will not look
It's
for
your
you.
accent now.
I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Again, you keep choosing films I haven't seen, but I know the famous quotes from.
Well,
That
I've
was-
never seen that film either.
Have you not seen Die Hard?
No,
sorry,
I have
Taken.
I have
Taken,
seen
sorry, I
Die
meant
Hard,
to
but
take-
I have to take your first answer.
No,
which is
Taken, I
Die
meant
Hard.
Taken.
It is Taken, yes.
I said the wrong one. It's because I haven't seen either of them. They're just in my head. No, I've actually going one more, but I seem to think we're doing all right for time, so we might be able to carry on after this. As long as we're doing as fast as we are now. So the next one. Hey, sweetheart. I just wanted to extend the invite your way. Oh my God, what is that smell? That's the smell of desire, milady. My eyes are watering. It smells like a piece of old ham wrapped in a used diaper. Damn, this is rank. It smells like an animal carcass full of raw shrimp. Mommy, I'm scared. What film was that? You know what? I think that might have actually been the hardest. I wasn't planned to be the hardest. But
Is that The Legend of Ron Burgundy, Anchorman 2?
no, Anchorman.
Oh, it is Anchorman.
Yeah,
is
but
it?
you said The Legend of Ron Burgundy, so
Oh, so that's right. I'll have that
because
then.
the legend continues. Is
Oh,
the
right.
second one.
Okay. Yeah, no, I recognise a few little bits in there, yeah.
That was Brian Fantana and Alicia Cornerstone. And then also, there was the three other voices at the end. Black man's voice, and small child's voice.
Oh, I recognise a small child's voice. You do that quite well.
Yeah.
You should think about doing that more often.
I just thought it was a bit strange that they labelled it. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay, brilliant. Right, okay, let me look. So we've done that. What about this one then? We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win today, the 4th of July, will no longer be known as an American president holiday, but is the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. Do you know, the punctuation in these things is absolutely diabolical.
It's a lot
That
harder
isn't
to
part
read a
of it, by the way.
script as well. Isn't
Huh?
it? It's harder to read a script than
It is. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today we celebrate our
Independence Day.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was too easy. I realised I was going to actually say Independence Day at the end of it, and I thought, no.
Let's just give it away, wouldn't
If you hadn't got it
you
already.
You should have subbed that in for something else, like
Pancake Day.
Yeah.
Today we celebrate our Shrove Tuesday. Okay, right, good. You just, I've really got to go further on. Yeah. Right. Have I got another one? You want
Another one, no one, please. I'm enjoying this. Thank you,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
nice short one. This one. Yo, Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel.
Oh. I know this one, don't I?
I don't know. Do you?
I haven't seen
That's
you.
how
In
games work.
Oh, I haven't seen you in a few millennia.
I
Oh,
thought you'd get this easy.
I know. Oh, why can't I name it?
I don't know. Stupidity.
No,
Drugs.
I think because what happened was
Have you been drinking?
oh, that'll be all those
Yeah.
McDonald's.
What
Do we have
are you talking about?
No, because my brain went, yo, I instantly thought, I was about to say Will I Am then, been watching too much The Circle, Will Smith, and I thought Men in Black, but it's not Men in Black.
No.
No, because, no, I know this. This is really frustrating, you're just going to have to say it.
Yeah. Well, there's a link to Will Smith, but I don't know if Will Smith said this because it's Aladdin, and I
Oh,
took
it's
it
the
from
genie.
Robin Williams. So I don't know if it was said in the new
Yeah,
in the
you're
remake.
right. Because
Right.
he says it's the carpet, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does. Yeah.
Oh, that's so frustrating. I knew it.
Well, yeah. This is right. Here's a weird one for you. Because do I go again?
Was that from the Robin Williams one you said?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I took it from that particular one. Whether
I'm a
they
bit
say it again
disappointed.
in
I'm disappointed I didn't prepare more. I
yeah,
thought we were only
should
doing
be.
4.
Yeah, I know. Well,
You said 4.
Well, I didn't know what we was going to do, so I thought
be-
if you don't bother doing any, I'll have to do 8. Then,
To
won't
be
I?
fair, the reason you did more is because you thought I probably wouldn't
bother.
prepare.
Yeah, you don't, do you? Anyway,
Ah.
listen to me. Winning that ticket was the best thing that ever happened to me. It brought me to you. I'm just thankful, Bert.
Thank you.
I'm thankful. You must do me this honour. Promise me you will survive, that you will never give up, no matter what happens, no matter how hopeless. Promise me now, and never let go of that promise. I promise. Never let go. I promise I will never let go, Bernie. I'll never let go.
That's Titanic, isn't it?
It is Titanic again. When you said that first one, I thought, I had Titanic.
I picked it
thought
hard a bit.
That was fantastic. That I was really pleased with myself with
That's
that one.
pretty good, that.
Yeah, the way I just flipped from one character to the other.
Isn't Rose British?
And
then
yeah, I know
he's
he's
Jax.
Irish in it.
Jack's.
Jack's got an American accent
Yeah.
in it, but he's supposed to be Irish.
Oh, he's meant to be Irish.
But yeah, I
never
mean
knew that.
American Irish.
See, that's
I can't
the thing.
remember. It's
I was
Kate
gonna
Winslet, isn't it? So she is English, but I don't know if she does an English
I was
accent. I
gonna-
don't even like Titanic.
I was gonna do those accents in it, but I kind of just went with whatever
No,
I
see,
came out of my
commit.
mouth.
Go for it. Commit. It's a bit like my other accents.
Well, you know when you go under pressure and you just can't remember how anything sounds anymore.
Yeah, most of my life's been like that. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Last one. You turned her against me. You will not take her from me. Oh, hang on. So can I start that again?
No. Yeah, again.
Yeah, right. You turned her against me. You have done that yourself. You will not take her from me. Your anger and your lust for power has already done that. You have allowed this dark lord to twist your mind until now.
Hang on, sorry. Dard Claude.
Dark Lord, to twist your mind until now. Until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
You know what? We mentioned it earlier in the podcast.
We did mention it.
And I looked at this and I was thinking, Mustafa?
Lion King.
Yeah, Mufasa.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Mufasa.
I was gonna do this exact scene, but I realised that over and over again they say, "Listen, Anakin." They just
Well,
say
they
Anakin a lot.
do say their
And
names a lot.
At
And
the
I-
point where we were doing this, I thought, I can't actually. By the way, this is episode 3, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
And I was gonna pick this one, and that was before we decided that we'll use other names.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I can't just say Anakin over and over
Well,
again.
I was going to do the one which is the infamous, from my point of view.
Yeah, that's the bit I was going to go for.
But I just couldn't bring myself to do that. So even to just do it over this.
I'll tell you what, only having one double and all that, pretty good. When we did theme parks, most of them were doubles.
Yeah, but it's rather sad that it's Titanic.
It is a bit sad that it's
Yeah,
Titanic.
it's
I went for Titanic. Oh, there was a bit of a hiccup there. I went for Titanic
It's
because
all about the
bodily
body
functions.
with you, isn't it, over there? You
No.
wait until what's her face over there in the corner starts talking to you again.
yeah. No. Oh, I lost what I was going to say now.
Titanic.
Oh, yeah. I went for Titanic because I didn't think you would go for Titanic. That's the whole reason I went
that's
for
the
that.
whole reason I went for it. I know it's your favourite film. Well, I thought it
Well,
was up until
okay.
you went, yeah. Mind you, it wouldn't be your favourite film after you'd just been shipwrecked on the Argus
ship.
Because that's the last thing you want to watch is
Hopefully I got
Titanic
some-
or the Poseidon Adventure.
Hopefully they got some PlayStation 5s because I've been really struggling to get one of them.
Oh, don't even talk to me about that. I'm fed up with that. I've got I've got repetitive strain injury in one of my fingers from swiping trying to get you one, so we won't be doing that much longer.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's it for this week, isn't it?
It certainly is. I think so.
So it looks like we may have forgotten to check if anything's been sent in again this week, haven't we, Dad?
Yeah, I have forgotten. Although, if I'm honest, after last week's one, I think probably it's about 100 messages just saying, "Are you all right, you two?"
Yeah,
so I'll check them for next week's one.
if you haven't listened to last week's episode, it's a interesting one.
It's
To be fair,
it's got a corking end.
yeah, the end is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
End is-
Vegas-like.
Yeah, I mean, blow your mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, check out those previous episodes if you haven't already. There are some funny bits, I guess. A good way of finding out whether you're going to enjoy your episode, I don't know if you know this, Dad, but check our social media. Check our Facebook, check our Twitter.
Are we
check
on
our
social
Instagram.
media?
We are on social media. We've got
Oh,
Facebook,
wow.
Instagram, Twitter. On there, we put clips out every Sunday as we're releasing the podcast. So you can go scroll through those and listen to clips and think, oh, yeah, that one sounds like an interesting
And
episode.
if I listen to the clip, does that mean I don't have to bother listening to the whole thing?
I would still recommend listening to the whole episode
Oh,
because the
right,
clip's
okay.
only a minute long.
Yeah, but it'll save time, won't it? I can do other far.
Wow,
That nearly went very wrong.
Anyway, check those out. What I'd also recommend is we are on many different podcast platforms now. We're Apple Podcasts,
Are we?
iTunes, Google Podcasts.
Yes.
We're even in the same room. We're on Acast.
Acast.
Acast, yeah, that's the main one. That's just one we host on. But what I'd recommend is subscribe to those because it will let you know as soon as another podcast comes out, and sometimes it automatically downloads it for you, so you don't have to sit and wait. Just remember to share us with people that you think you can share us with people you think will enjoy it. You can share us with people you hate and get them to listen to this as well.
Just so you know they've wasted 50 minutes of their time, yeah?
53 we're about to hit.
Okay. You can also, if you,
We haven't edited
we're
yet.
not worried about you burning a copy of this in case you're shipwrecked or something like that.
Yeah,
for something
put
to do, you know.
Put it on a CD so you can listen to it whilst
Yeah.
you're on a desert island.
I have no problem whatsoever with that.
No,
Okay.
that's what Nan's been doing while she's been locked away.
So, yeah. Well,
Shout out to Nan.
Locked away. What did she? Oh, she pulled a gun on you, didn't she?
Yeah, she did
Oh,
pull a gun on me.
Anyway,
Anyway, but I think that's us pretty much covered everything.
It is,
I
it is.
mentioned some podcast platforms, but you can discover yourself. If you download a podcast app, likelihood is we're on there, but don't bother checking Amazon Music or Spotify as of yet, although we do hope to be on those soon.
okay.
So we will post on social media when we are on those.
We certainly will.
Okay, but anything else to add for you, Dad?
Nothing from me. Thank you very much for listening, and bye-bye from me.
All right. Well, that's a bye from him and a bye from me. And Dad was moaning that we say bye too much at the end of the podcast, so I'm just saying bye loads. Bye!
Don't stick around.